Alright, this is where we at now. Here it is, Friday, no it's not Friday, Thursday evening, about 6 o'clock. And hadn't got my motor mounts made yet, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece of angle iron and I'm going to weld it inside the frame here. And that'll go up under there. That'll slide away up under there. Once I get that done, I'll have these little motor mounts on the top, where they'll be on the between these two, that will go on top of this. And so they will just sit up under it on top of that. So my motor mount will be fairly simple, so that ain't no problem. And I hadn't got too far, but so I got this piece in. It's not welded. It just stuck in here. I was using the string alignment. When I put this piece of wood down here, cross here, that piece of string rides on top of it, barely. So it's the same way back here. So if I pull this piece of string right here, you can see where my hand is, a little dark in the shop. Line it right there. My string, let me get my camera, you see it. It's about dead center there. That's where my driveshaft would be, dead center there. So that's where I'm looking. So what I got to do now is cut this off. Cross here is a little too long. Just my misfiguring. Then plus I got to add on to the bottom with a piece of metal. See, I got two nuts holding it up. So I'm thinking about welding this piece in there, across there. And I had to do the same thing here. I got to grind off a little bit of this top cross here. See, it's a little too tall. I got to grind it off, make it fit. Clean all this paint off. I'm going to weld this sucker solid in there, both ways. And I'm going to go ahead and weld this cross here, weld it in solid. Like I did that, and I put a little bit of fiber bondo over it, cover it up with a little bit of them little weld marks. And hoping that I get this piece right here cut. This has got to have, this piece will have a hole in it. It will fit over top of this. That's where that goes. This will be 6 1/4. Then this piece of Teflon right here will be cut inside of here to an 1/8 inch. So it'll leave me a 6-inch hole. And so this, the inside will be 6 inch, the outside will be 6 1/4. So that'd be just right. Put on that thing like a rubber band, slide right on there. It'll go in between this and that, and that'd be my bushing. And I hadn't figured out yet what I want to make the bushing up against the wall yet. I hadn't figured it out quite yet, but I'm working on that. I hadn't got my nut made yet, but working on it. So I got a little ways to go. So just want to let you know where we was at. Well, let me show you what I done my motor mount. I took 2 pieces of angle iron and I cut it. Of course, I had to make this side a little narrow so I didn't miss these bolts here coming down with the engine bolt. These 4 bolts I drilled here, I drilled them big enough to where this part in the middle will fit up in there tight, and that'll sit on that. But with the washer, I don't know where my washer's at. I'll use this one. Put that washer on the bottom of it. Then run another washer. Run your bolt washer. No one on grommets through there. But I'm going to weld these 2 things to the inside the frame right there. There, then the other side right there, I'll weld it. And that'll get my mount. I've been thinking about this drive shaft here. You see how close this is to this cover? I'm going to take the hydrostat off, take the rear end all apart, degut it, take this cover off here, and I'm going to set this in the milling machine. and I'm gonna mill this down further. See, I can mill it. You see, I can go down pretty deep there in the back. So I'm gonna mill this down and put the lid back on it, retap the hose, and that way I can get a regular big U-joint there. I get a $30 U-joint there. Let me find it. Here it says 12 horsepower, and it looks like it's pretty flimsy. Does it look like these I bought the Track Supply? These ones right here. Oh, let me get to it. These one I bought Track Supply. They're all. It's all cast iron. And it's very heavy duty. It's got a clip inside there. You take a loose. I don't know if you can buy these joints or not. That's the thing about it. But I went to Track Supply. They don't have these no more. They quit selling them. So I don't know who sells them. Well, I got my joints. I mean, not my joints. I got my mounts welded in there all the way, top, on each side. So it's in there. So now I need to put my motor mount in, the rest of it in, bring my engine set on here. Now I need to start find out where this needs to be, the height. Find out where this needs to be so I can get my hood to work. So I got to make a riser go here to jack this hood up. Then I got to make I already got a riser here, but I don't know if it's tall enough. Well, there's the motor button bolted, fastened down. You can see this has got to come up higher because it's going to hit that. I've already started taking it loose. I got one more bolt to take out of it, and I got to raise this up. Then I got to raise this part up. Then I got to modify my hood to fit. Then we have that worked out. And I got to get my gearbox in here somewhere. Gonna be a short ass little drive shaft with a gearbox sitting here somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but I'll figure it out somehow. Alright, now you can tell how much I can raise the hood by looking at that piece of metal across there. Right, if I can find it right across there. So we get up close, you can see it. We got to raise this piece here up to that height there, up to there. So that's probably like an 1 3/4, I'm guessing that. Something like that. So I find a tape measure. Here one right here. See what we got here. That's 1.5 inches. So we'll go 1 3/4. That give me a 1/4 inch clearance on the top. I think that'd be fine, 1/4 inch. I might better leave some of them and look at it. Something. 1/4 inch, but I'm look at it. Well, this is as far as we got on articulation with my bearing, flaring housing, or bearing housing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, I don't know which one of these pieces. One of them be bolted here. Not bolted. One of them be welded here on the top of this piece right here. After this is cut open to 6 1/4. This is 6 inches. This round piece here is 6 inches. So I want this 6 1/4. So when I cut this bushing here, 1/4 inch, 1/8, it slid right on it like a rubber band almost. Not super tight, but slide on it. Then this here will weld on top of this. I don't know if it weld there or it weld there. But most likely I'm thinking up here it's going to weld on top of it. Just like that. All the way down. So that would be welded to that. So this piece will turn with this back piece. Then this piece right here will be welded here somewhere. And that'll give you my articulation. My thing is moved back a little bit. It's probably about an inch or 1/2 inch back further. So I need to get it back up. But weld that there. And that'll be my articulation right there. And do the same thing on the bottom. One down here. Then one up in there. And that will get my articulation, I believe. lot of work, lot of work, lot of work. I want to weld that solid across there. Make it look pretty. You can see this hood. If you look at this hood, you see this valve cover sticks out further than the hood back there. So it'd be coming up to here. Same way over here, it's past it. So like I say, I got to take my hood, V out, come around and go back in on both sides. Just V out, come back around. Now, it's like I already told you before, I'm going to take the hood. I'm going to take both of these hoods and cut them up. Oh, don't scratch the paint up. Look at that. I don't want to scratch the nose. I just want to drop it, but I don't want to scratch the nose up. I was going to drop it for the hell of it. But I want that part. See how this is up? I'm going to take my old hood and cut it out. And I'm going to put this one back in place. So this part's going to be up rather than down. I want to give it just a little bit different look. And of course, like I said, have these little things on the side here to make the hood wider for the motor. And the day Sunday, this is going to be a hell of a job. I might have to put that. I don't know how I'm going to get that gearbox in there with the steering. This piece here can come out right here. But I might have to stick the gearbox, the motor way the hell up here and have a short shaft. And plumb everything down to keep it out of the way. You know, at least keep my top of my gearbox about right here. My steering box motor about right here. Because this is all this going to be took up with another box to fit in here. To hold my chain driven thing. So I can chain down, sub off to that transmission, sub off for that one at the same time. And that's what that looks like in there. Don't look half too bad. That don't look half too bad. This is all center a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. I noticed this thing here too. When I weld it, it's not square. Might have to break the welders and get this square. This is not square. It's kind of chilled a little bit. That's the reason why I knew the weld. I just tack welded. But anyway, this center, this post right here, the hydrostat, I wouldn't think about it. These hydrostats are all center. See, I knew it, but I just forgot about it. That should be about along right in there. That shaft there should have been right in there, so that made this off. But it's not going to hurt nothing. Both of these is off the same thing. So this drive shaft here will be coming out straight in the middle. This will be coming offset a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. Well, I'm going to get rid of the ugly muffler. I'm going to do away with it. And I'm going to put a muffler right here in between it, most likely. Then I'm going to put a stack up here, then a stack on this side. I just don't like that ugly thing there. It's ugly as crap. And I think it looks pretty cool in the front. With the motor sticking that way it is that high. That motor's way on up there. Motor's in center. It's in the center of the oil filter, so I did get that straight. All right, let's see what they got down here on the chopping block. Here we go, right here. All right, we got white, we got green, we got red. This white will do fine. 215. That'll work just fine. That will be my thrust bearing, you might say, right there. And it's 11 inches by 8.5, which is fine. All right, we're going to take this chop board here. I bought 2 of these chop boards at Bama Dollar. And we're going to turn them into a 6 by wherever the end is, what comes to the end would be that, probably 11 inch. No, let's see, 8.5. And the other one probably about the same thing. I ain't sure, close to that. But I know the inside would be 6. Either 6, 6.25, I ain't sure yet. I gotta think which one. But we're gonna set this up in the turntable here on the lathe. We're gonna put a mill bit in, and we're just gonna turn it around and around until we get it cut out. Alright, let me get set up. Alright, we're gonna make our thrust bearing, or bearing, whatever you call it, out of this piece of plastic chalkboard. I wish I could find, maybe I can find some later on me out of not silicone, anyway, different stuff. I'm afraid that this is going, when I get grease to it, it might swell up, it might deteriorate. So these are temporary. I'm gonna go ahead and cut 4 of these, 2 extra. I got these from the Family Dollar, and it's like some Family Dollar $2, some Family Dollar $2.15. I went ahead and drilled my hole in the middle. That's my center point. And I got this one. And I got this piece on here stuck 2-way tape. Just something I can stick this on, pull this 2-way tape off, put this one on here, put that one on there. When it sticks to it, I have something I can cut into this a little bit, so I don't want to cut it into my turntable. So this piece on the bottom will just be wasted when I get through. Alrighty, we're going to get set up and try to cut it. We already got my measurements set up. We're going to go ahead and cut one. Alright, I already cut my my outer ring. Now I'm cutting my inner ring. The inner ring I'm cutting it at 2.9105. In the outer ring I cut 4.0828. I mean 20, the outer part here. So I'm measuring from the middle to here, and from middle to here to get these 2 numbers. I didn't measure overall. I'm just getting a half distance. So all we got to do is just keep running this round and round and round. I can't take much off at time because I got this. See how loose it is? I got it with tape. I don't want it to break or loose, so I'm barely taking some off as I go. Woo! Picking up. Well, I got to start the camera, hold it down. Well, we just peel this off of here. I already done broke it loose. So we'll take this out there and see. That's the reason why I was lifting up. There's no tape there. That's why that side was lifting up. Okay. Alrighty, so just dig all these little shavings out of the middle. Well, let me stop the camera and I'll dig the shavings and I'll go try it on. We'll take it outside and try it on the tractor. Alright, a moment of truth. This should be the same length outside as this. Outside to outside. Let's just stand this up and see. Woo! Woo! Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect, perfect. Now I hope the centerpiece fits my bearing, whatchamacallit. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Would you look at that? Might be a little big. I might be just a hair big. Maybe I ought to bring it in a couple thousand tighter. I think I'll bring the next in a couple thousand tighter. But that's beautiful right there. All I need is 2 more of these, but actually I'm going to cut 4 total. I'm going to have 2 for spare. So this is going to get me by till I can find some Teflon to put in here, or some oil. I can't forget what's the name of that oil bearing, that oil brass stuff. impregnated with oil in it, brass bearing or whatever it is. I really want that in there, but this is what I got right now until I could get something or forward something. I think this next one I'm gonna make the hole a little bit little. It wouldn't hurt to be a little tight. That's just a little bit more play than it wanted. So I might save this for a reserve and use the other one I make. Well, this is number 2. There's my first one. Here's my second one. I'm hoping I went the right way. Hope I went this way a little bit to tighten it up. Maybe I did. If I didn't, I got another loose one what the other one is. But we'll find out in just a minute. I'm going to take it off, we'll try it. We're going to take this little doodad and clean up the burrs in there. Alright, let's go try it. Alright, let's see what this one looks like. Well, that's still at the same place. That's good. Alright, let's see what this is going to be a little tight on the tractor. Well, not really. A little bit. I should have went some more. It's a little bit tighter. That's going to be alright. It ain't going to hurt nothing. This has got to be on there and twist anyway, so that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. You go in and sand these little burrs off the end of it. But anyway, I'm going to make 2 more of them. Just for spares. Just for the hell of it. Till I can get forward one day I can afford to get the right material made. I've seen on the internet where you can buy that stuff. That impregnated oil and that brass. A 12 by 12 is like $80. So, but that'd be like $200 just for 2 of these right here. Close to $200, $80-something a piece. I don't count my labor. If I was doing it for somebody else, I'd count my labor.